What would you do if you suddenly had $230 million? This is the story of a 20-year-old who found out the hard way that easy money comes with impossible consequences. Before we dive into this wild story, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what happens next. Trust me, you won't believe where this goes. Now, let's get into it. Soft, contemplative music fades in. Let me tell you about Tyler. 20 years old, lives somewhere in America, doesn't really matter where. What matters is that Tyler was obsessed with cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of it. He spent hours on Discord servers, Reddit forums, watching the numbers go up and down like some kind of digital heartbeat. Tyler wasn't rich, not even close, but he had dreams, big ones. And he had friends who thought the same way he did. Late 2024. It's just another night. Tyler's sitting at his computer, the blue glow lighting up his face in the darkness. His phone buzzes. Group chat. One of his buddies, let's call him Jake, sends a message that changes everything. Yo, what if we just took someone's Bitcoin? Tyler stares at the screen. At first, he thinks it's a joke. They're always joking around, talking trash, sharing memes. But then Jake sends another message. I'm serious, bro. People get hacked all the time. Why not us? The chat goes quiet for a moment. Tyler's heart is pounding. He knows this is wrong. He knows asterisk it. But there's this little voice in the back of his head whispering, what if? What if it actually worked? What if he could finally have everything he's ever wanted? So Tyler types back, all right, let's do it. Music builds tension. They spent the next few days researching, looking for the perfect target, someone with serious money, someone who wouldn't see them coming, and then they found him. Mr. Harrison, a cryptocurrency investor living in Washington, D.C. From what they could dig up online, the man was loaded. Millions of dollars in Bitcoin just sitting in his digital wallet. And here's the thing about Bitcoin. If you have someone's private keys, those long strings of letters and numbers that act like a password, you have access to everything. The plan was simple, terrifyingly simple. First, they'd call Mr. Harrison pretending to be Google tech support, create panic, make him think his accounts were compromised. Then, while he's freaking out, they'd call again, this time pretending to be from his cryptocurrency exchange. Tyler practiced the voice, calm, professional, trustworthy. Mr. Harrison, this is David from Coinbase Security. We've detected unusual activity on your account. We need to verify your identity and reset your security protocols immediately. He said it over and over in front of the mirror until it sounded real. The day finally came. Tyler's hands were shaking as he dialed the number. The phone rang once, twice. Hello. Mr. Harrison's voice, older, unsuspecting. Tyler cleared his throat. Yes, hello, sir. This is Marcus from Google Technical Support. I'm calling because we've detected that your personal accounts have been compromised. We need to secure them immediately. He could hear the panic already creeping into Mr. Harrison's voice. What? Compromised? What do you mean? Sir, I understand this is alarming, but we need to act quickly. You'll be receiving another call shortly from your financial institutions. Please cooperate with them fully. Tyler hung up. His heart was hammering so hard he thought it might explode out of his chest. Jake was on the other line now, making the second call. And Mr. Harrison, he believed every single word. Music intensifies. Within an hour, they had convinced him to share his screen. Tyler watched through the video call as Mr. Harrison opened his cryptocurrency wallet, thinking he was protecting it. Instead, he was handing over the keys to his entire fortune. There they were, the private keys, right there on the screen. Tyler's fingers flew across the keyboard. Copy, paste, access granted. 4,100 Bitcoin. At that moment, worth $230 million. Tyler stared at the number. His mouth went dry. This couldn't be real. This had to be some kind of mistake, but it was. It was right there in front of him. He looked at Jake through the webcam. Jake looked back. And then Tyler clicked transfer. The Bitcoin moved. From Mr. Harrison's wallet to theirs, all of it, every single coin. The group chat absolutely exploded. Bro. No way. Oh my God, did that just happen? Someone was screen recording the whole thing, the chat, the celebration, everything. Tyler's voice, loud and clear. Bro, I'm going to freak out. Do you know how much money this is? They couldn't believe it. None of them could. They were just kids playing around with an idea, and now they were richer than they'd ever imagined in their wildest dreams. But here's the thing about stealing $230 million. Everybody's watching. Music cuts to silence. Tyler didn't know it yet, but in that exact moment, the moment he celebrated his victory, he'd already lost. Upbeat, luxurious music begins. Tyler had never had money before. Not real money. Not the kind that changes your entire life in an instant. But now he had $230 million. Well, his share of it anyway. After splitting it with Jake and the others, Tyler still walked away with more money than most people see in 10 lifetimes, and he knew exactly what he wanted to do with it. First things first, they had to cover their tracks. Bitcoin is weird like that. Every single transaction is public. Anyone can see it on the blockchain. But if you're smart, if you know what you're doing, you can make it almost impossible to trace back to you. So Tyler and his crew spent days splitting the Bitcoin into different wallets, moving it through mixers, bouncing it around the digital world like a pinball machine. Boring stuff, technical stuff, but necessary. And then it was time to live. Tyler moved to Miami, because of course he did. Where else do you go when you're young, rich, and stupid? He found a mansion right on the waterfront, floor-to-ceiling windows, infinity pool, the kind of place you see in music videos. The rent, $68,000 per month. Tyler signed the lease without even blinking. Music swells with extravagance. Next came the wardrobe. Tyler bought designer everything. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Versace, but his favorite purchase, custom glasses with real diamonds embedded in the frames, not fake ones, real diamonds, because when you have this much money, why not? He'd look at himself in the mirror, these glittering glasses catching the light, and think, this is it, I made it. But Tyler was just getting started. The cars came next, and when I say cars, I mean asterisk cars. Tyler bought 30 exotic vehicles, 30 Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, a different color for every day of the month. His favorite was a bright yellow Lambo with his name, Tyler, painted across the side in massive letters. Subtlety was never part of the plan. He'd cruise down Ocean Drive, music blasting, people starring, cameras flashing, and he loved every second of it. This was the life he dreamed about, the life he deserved. But the real party happened at night. Club music pulses in the background. Tyler became a legend in Miami's club scene, and I mean a asterisk legend. He'd roll up to the hottest clubs in the city, LIV, Story, E11 even, and the staff would practically worship him. Why? Because Tyler spent money like it was going out of style. $100,000 in a single night. That was Tuesday. $300,000. That was when he was feeling generous. He'd order the most expensive champagne they had, bottles that cost $50,000 each, and he wouldn't just buy one. He'd buy 20, 30, however many it took to make sure everyone in the club knew his name. The staff loved him. One bouncer later said, "This kid would tip me $2,000 just for opening the door. I've never seen anything like it." A bartender remembered, "He'd send me home with sealed bottles of champagne worth thousands of dollars, just as a tip, like it was nothing." The clubs would put his name up in lights. Tyler, big and bright for everyone to see. And Tyler would stand there, champagne in hand, surrounded by people who didn't know him yesterday but couldn't get enough of him tonight. He felt like a king. Music softens, becomes more contemplative. And then there were the women. Tyler thought money could buy love. He really did. He'd see a beautiful woman across the club and send over a $50,000 Birkin bag, just like that. Here, this is for you. Some of them took it. Some of them even made TikToks about it later. One girl posted a video, still in her pajamas, holding up the bag. I can't even make this up. I just woke up to a Birkin in my bedroom because some random guy gave it to me at the club last night. This is insane. Tyler saw the video and smiled. He thought this was working. He thought people actually cared about him. But then came Vanessa. Tyler had dated her before, back when he was nobody, back when he had nothing. She was the one that got away, the one he never stopped thinking about. And now that he had all this money, he thought maybe, just maybe, he could win her back. So he bought her a car. Not just any car. A pink Lamborghini Urus, custom paint job, over $250,000. He took a photo of it sitting in the driveway at 2 a.m. and sent it to her. Got you a present, early birthday gift, just wanted to say thank you, I appreciate you so much. Tyler waited for her response. He imagined her crying happy tears, imagined her calling him, telling him she made a mistake, that she wanted him back. Instead, 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. Finally, her message came through. I'm taken, once again I don't care. Tyler stared at his phone, read the message 5 times, 10 times. He felt something crack inside his chest. All this money, all these cars, all this champagne. And he still couldn't buy the one thing he actually wanted. Music fades to an ominous tone. But Tyler pushed the feeling away. He went back to the clubs, bought more bottles, tipped more staff, posted more photos on Instagram. The mansion, the jets, the lifestyle. Everything was perfect. Everything was exactly how he dreamed it would be. Tyler had no idea that every single photo he posted, every story he shared, every flex he made. Someone was watching. Someone was taking notes. Someone was building a case. And that someone was about to destroy everything Tyler had built. Music cuts to silence. Dark, mysterious music builds. His name online was Phoenix. Nobody knew his real name. Didn't matter. What mattered was that Phoenix was very, very good at what he did. 740,000 people followed him on Twitter, not because he posted funny memes or hot takes about politics. They followed him because Phoenix was a hunter, a digital detective, someone who tracked down crypto thieves and exposed them to the world. And Phoenix had a personal reason for doing what he did. 3 years ago, he'd been scammed. Lost $115,000 worth of cryptocurrency to some faceless thief on the internet. He reported it to the police, but they couldn't do anything. The money was just gone, vanished into the digital void. That loss changed Phoenix. He spent months learning everything he could about blockchain technology, cryptocurrency forensics, digital footprints. He taught himself how to track transactions, how to connect wallets, how to find patterns that others missed. And then he started hunting. Music intensifies with purpose. The day Tyler stole the Bitcoin, Phoenix got an alert on his phone. He'd set up notifications for large cryptocurrency transfers, anything unusual, anything that moved significant amounts of money in strange patterns. Most of the time it was nothing. Legitimate transactions, whales moving their investments around. But this one was different. 4,100 Bitcoin, moved from a single wallet into a web of different accounts, split up, bounced around. Someone was trying very hard to hide where this money came from. Phoenix leaned forward in his chair, cracked his knuckles. "Let's see who you are," he whispered. Here's the thing about cryptocurrency that most people don't understand. Yes, every transaction is public, but that doesn't mean it's easy to track. Tyler and his crew thought they were being smart, splitting the Bitcoin into dozens of wallets, using mixing services covering their tracks. But Phoenix was smarter. He started mapping it all out. Every transaction, every wallet, every split and transfer. It took him days, working late into the night, fueled by coffee and the memory of his own loss. He built a massive chart connecting the dots, following the money like breadcrumbs through a dark forest. Slowly, a picture began to emerge. Music becomes more urgent. 3 main players, 3 people who'd split the stolen Bitcoin among themselves. Phoenix couldn't see their faces yet, couldn't see their names, but he could see their wallets, and he could see what they were doing with the money. One wallet stayed mostly quiet. Whoever owned it was being careful, smart. Another wallet was active but cautious. Small purchases, nothing flashy. But the third wallet was screaming for attention. Luxury purchases, high-end transfers, money moving to exotic car dealerships, to real estate companies in Miami, to exclusive clubs and restaurants. Whoever owned this wallet wasn't just spending money, they were burning through it. Phoenix smiled. There you are. He started digging into the businesses receiving the money, cross-referenced them with social media, started looking for anyone in Miami who'd suddenly come into massive wealth. Anyone showing off, anyone flexing. And that's when he found Tyler's Instagram. Music swells with revelation. The yellow Lamborghini with Tyler painted on the side, the waterfront mansion, the private jets, the champagne showers at the club, the designer glasses with diamonds in the frames. Phoenix scrolled through photo after photo, his eyes narrowing. Tyler wasn't just rich. Tyler was new rich, the kind of new that screams, I didn't earn this. 6 months ago, his Instagram was normal, average, a college kid posting gym selfies and memes. Now he looked like a rap video. Phoenix checked the timeline, cross-referenced it with the Bitcoin theft. Perfect match. Got you, Phoenix said aloud. But he needed more than Instagram photos. He needed proof, real evidence that would hold up, something undeniable. And then, like a gift from the universe, someone sent him a message. Music drops to quiet tension. It was from an anonymous account. No profile picture, no followers, just a message with a video attachment. Thought you might want to see this. Phoenix downloaded the video, held his breath, pressed play. It was a screen recording, a group chat, voices shouting, laughing, celebrating, and there, crystal clear, was Tyler's voice. Bro, I'm going to freak out. Do you know how much money this is? The screen showed usernames, account names, dates and timestamps that matched the theft exactly. This wasn't just evidence. This was a confession. Phoenix sat back in his chair, stunned. Who sent this? One of Tyler's friends, someone with a guilty conscience, a snitch looking for protection. Didn't matter. Phoenix had everything he needed. He compiled it all into a detailed report, the blockchain analysis, the Instagram photos, the screen recording, the timeline, everything packaged neatly into a file that even the FBI couldn't ignore. And then he sent it. Music builds to climax. Subject line: I found your $230 million Bitcoin thieves. Phoenix hit send and waited. It took less than 2 weeks for the FBI to respond. They verified everything, launched a full investigation, got warrants. And exactly 30 days after Tyler had transferred that Bitcoin, 30 days after he'd celebrated in his group chat, thinking he'd gotten away with it, federal agents surrounded his waterfront mansion. It was early morning. The sun was just starting to rise over Miami Beach. Tyler was probably still asleep, dreaming about champagne and Lamborghinis. The agents didn't knock politely. They breached the door with a battering ram, tactical gear, guns drawn, shouting commands. Tyler stumbled out of his bedroom, confused, terrified, still in his boxer shorts. Get on the ground, hands behind your head. This wasn't a movie. This wasn't a game. This was real. The mansion that cost $68,000 a month, not his anymore. The 30 exotic cars being seized, the diamonds in his glasses, evidence. They put Tyler in handcuffs, read him his rights, walked him outside in front of news cameras that had already gathered. The footage went viral within hours. There was Tyler, the same kid who'd been posting champagne showers on Instagram just days before, now being led to a police car in handcuffs, his face blank with shock. Music fades to somber tone. His mugshot followed soon after. No smile, no diamonds, no designer clothes, just a scared 20-year-old kid staring into a camera, realizing that his entire fantasy had just collapsed. The charges were serious: conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, theft of over $230 million in cryptocurrency. Maximum sentence, 20 years in federal prison. Tyler's lawyers said he was innocent, that the charges were alleged, that he deserved his day in court. But Phoenix knew the truth. And so did Tyler. Somewhere in a small apartment, Phoenix turned off his computer and made himself a cup of coffee. Another case closed, another thief caught. He thought about the $115,000 he'd lost years ago, still hurt, still stung. But this felt like justice. Music swells one final time. Tyler sat in his cell waiting for trial. The Lamborghini was gone. The mansion was empty. The champagne bottles had long since been recycled. All that money, all that power, all those people who'd loved him at the club. Gone like it was never there at all. And Tyler finally understood something he should have known from the beginning. Easy money isn't free. You always pay the price. Always. Music fades to silence. The story continues. Are you ready for the plot twist and ending?